Hi, everybody. I'm Terry at Holding Your Space. And this is Reverend Saul and BC. We're here today for a meditation and a vision quest. So, hope everybody's having a great day. And hi, Annie Bear. How are you doing? Good to see you. So, Annie Bear was in early at 10:30, so she might be out and about. She lives connected to a forest. So,
Oh, cool.
hi, Teresa Ford. Good to see you. One of the Teresas is here. Hey, Scorpio Mama, how's it going? Today's going to be a special day. It's going to be a vision quest, or what would you call it?
Vision quest. Yeah, it works.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Astral travel,
yeah.
a bug out in space.
A bug out.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That's nice. Oh, so well, I'm really excited that you're here for this because this. I don't know if you guys can see it. It was also in the invitation, but this place where you're going is just beautiful, and it's something that I've seen in my visions for a long time, but I didn't have a name for it, or I called it the flower of life because that's what it kind of projected to me as. But it's do you want to talk about it, or do you want to wait till we
Sure.
get there?
We probably ought to talk about it before we get there.
Okay.
Scientists call it a megastar, magnostar. It's probably 500 times brighter than anything out there, including our own sun. It's huge. It's just mammoth. I think it was a mistake that they were able to publish it because it is representative of what the Hindu Vedas call the Brahma Jyoti. It's a gigantic cell of life. In this case, it is occupied by a lot of folks in search of enlightenment, folks in search of adventure in terms of traversing space and time. It's like a library of sorts where the traveler there can be a voyeur, going either in the past or in the present to find out things about themselves and how they should fulfill their dharma. The future, or if they want to be surprised by their guides or gurus who I'm sure inhabit what we call the limit, they can ask. That's the key. First of all, we'll help you get there and then decide where you want to go into the past, present, or the future. If you go to the past, you'll go down a set of steps to the past, and there'll be a group of doors in this corridor. You open up the door, step in, look at your feet, get your bearings. If it's in the future, you go up. If it's in the present, you just stay on the same floor that we arrive at. And if you're just game to go wherever Spirit takes you, then allow Spirit to take you either in all of those directions or in one specific direction. But know that there are rooms there. It is like a massive, gigantic library of sorts. In addition to the Akashic records, this is an anomaly which from my 30 years of studying divine geometry, I believe it's the real deal. And they just let it slip, which is a good thing for us. So that's the basic characteristic of this anomaly, this spiritual anomaly. And I'll let BC take it from here.
Okay. It's been really interesting because our experience has shown us that it doesn't matter about scientifically how powerful the area is or how inhospitable it would be to our human body. We can travel there totally in peace and be there, and there's no negative energy there. So during the travel, at first we'll be going to a place that has already been prepared for us. And it's like this huge area. There is a reclining, soft white chair for each one of us. And to begin with, we'll just choose our space and totally relax. And then, as George said, open and allow your high self to show you what it is you're interested in. And we'll be, my computer went off. Could you still hear me when the computer was on?
We
Yeah.
could still hear you. Yeah. Yeah, we can still see you.
Okay. Energy. So part of the experience will be while we're reclining on each of our chairs, our chaise lounges. It's like a dome over top of the whole group. And we can see out into space from that viewpoint and just experience the cosmos from that viewpoint as well. Everybody will have a different experience. So it's fun and it's amazing. And we will, George will lead us to the 18th chakra, secret chamber of the heart. And we will travel from there. We'll go outside our body and travel from there as a group.
Yes.
So,
What we'll do is simply ask our higher selves to descend down from their penthouse, etheric penthouse, descend down through the Kundalini to the 18th chakra, which is a secret chamber of the heart. This is where the higher self merges with the lower self to experience the spiritual things that we have to encounter in this lifetime. And we do this together with the higher self. And for duplication of recording the information to be maintained by the experiencer. So it can be, again, if you're interested in your past, in terms of fulfilling your Dharma, or your future in terms of fulfilling your Dharma, or what do I do in the now? Ask, and then wait for the response to come. It may come in your voice, or it may come in the voice of your higher self, or it may come in the voice of your guide, or power animals, or gurus. So, the first thing we do is, one, balance, and you balance by index finger of the palm of the left hand. Om Ti Chati, activate. Tula Tula Tula, balance. Ananda, reverse. Om Ti Chati, activate. Om Ti Chati, Tula Tula Tula, Ananda. Both together. Om Ti Chati, Tula Tula, Ananda. Now we're going to rise up to the third eye. Om Ti Chati, third eye open, times 9. Third eye is open, times 9 to the 63rd powers. All the way around and touch the hands behind. Now your 7 eyes are on. Focus on calming down your higher self. You can start the music. Focus. You know what the lemon looks like. As you descend, keep your focus on the lemon. Once your higher self arrives within the 18th chakra, you can begin the journey. We'll let BC begin the journey from here.
we're descending with our consciousness into the secret chamber of the heart, located in the abdomen,
think the music's a little loud. Still too loud. There you go. Focus on the lemon.
Ascending with our awareness through the secret chamber. You can look around. And mine looks violet, purple, and golden. And just be there as your high self.
Can we turn the music down a little more? There. Project yourself to the lemon. You'll hear PC clap her hands 3 times. On the 3rd clap, we're instantly there.
All right. We're out of the secret chamber. We're all connected as one. In just a moment, we're going to travel and be there instantly to the place that George and I call the lemon. Here we go. Ready? There. Okay, just gonna get your bearings while we're there and shown into this incredible room that is covered with a dome. You can see the stars up above. And just take a moment to find your space, a place that has been prepared just for you. Go, each of us find our place.
Focus on the brow chakra. It will come fast across the brow chakra. Remember everything that you experience. Partake of this golden, lemon yellow anomaly of knowledge. Call forth your guides. Call forth your allies to show you, teach you. Past or present, future.
Teachers and angels are with each one of us, including the Intergalactic Space Council, of which each and every one of us is a part, or we would be here together. And just relax and breathe now. And whatever is your intention, whatever your question, past, present, future, or if you just want to know what your high self has to show you. There we go.
Breathe deep. Breathe deep and focus.
Peace.
If you're going to the path, you're going to the hallway, tap the door that's glowing. Open the door. Step in, look at your feet and what you're dressed in. And look at what's before you. Your lessons to be learned. Remember them. The all-knowledge mantra for you. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Where your vision, self-vision clear. Om Mani Padme Hum. Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Remember. Om Mani Padme Hum. Remember. Om Mani Padme Hum. Remember. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. See with all your eyes. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Your third eyes. Om Mani Padme Hum. The eyes in each hand. Om Mani Padme Hum. And the eyes in the base of your feet. Om Mani Padme Hum. Relax. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Partake of the stars. Om Mani Padme Hum. They're radiating light and knowledge to you. Om Mani Padme Hum. Take light of the light that you are within, this golden yellow knowledge. Om Mani Padme Hum being radiated to you. Om Mani Padme Hum downloaded into you. Om Mani Padme Hum for you to profit from. Om Mani Padme Hum wisdom, discernment, knowledge. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. See your future life, or see your past, or see the now. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om Mani Padme Hum.
In just a moment, we'll each take some quiet time and just receive. And at the end of that time, George and I will bring you back into your body. At this time, just receive.
Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Absorb the knowledge. Absorb the light. I am absorbing. I am empowering. I am absorbed. I am empowered. Om Mani Padme Hum. With discernment. Om Rapa Sade Nadi. Discernment. Om Rapa Sade Nadi. Discernment. Om Rapa Sade Nadi. Om Tijati. Om Rapa Sade Nadi. Times 9 to the 90th power. Times 90 to the 90th power. Times 99 to the 90th power. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. For those that are with your gurus, Om Garu Venama, Om Garu Venama, Om Garu Venama, Om Garu Venama. Om Garu Venama, Om Garu Venama, Om Garu Venama, Om Garu Venama. Om Garu Venama, Om Garu Venama, Om Garu Venama, Om Garu Venama, Om Garu Venama. Om Garu Venama, Om Garu Venama, Om Garu Venama, Brahma.
We are all connected at level of I am that I am, Christ Buddha consciousness. Each of us connected. Let's allow ourselves to feel the absolute love as a power flowing through all of us together as one.
From your feet up, from your head down, from your body, your spiritual bodies, glowing, enlivening in this lemon yellow light. Each cell filled with knowledge, your spiritual powers, your wisdom and discernment. You are now one with the divine. Om Mani Padme Hum. You are the lotus blossom of knowledge. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum.
And now, let's allow ourselves to open our hearts even further. And if each of us chooses, we can look up through the dome and see these incredible points of light radiating unconditional love, and allow ourselves, each one, to receive from the entire cosmos, to receive love and support. And when we come back into our bodies, we will bring this with us. Incredible healing love.
Om Tijati. Nirvana Prima Shakti. Times 9 to the 90th power. Nirvana Prima Shakti. Nirvana Shakti Prem. Nirvana Shakti Prem. Om Tijati Nirvana Shakti Prem. Om Tijati Nirvana Shakti Prem. Om Tijati Nirvana Shakti Prem.
And in just a moment, we can each take a few deep breaths, and we'll come back into our bodies again. I will clap 3 times in just a moment, and then we'll each be as high self outside the secret chamber. And we will step inside in just a moment. Here we go. Going back to secret chamber. And we're back outside our bodies. Thank you, each one of you, for this journey and partaking of the light as one.
See the higher self. Step back into the secret chamber. Hitting that elevator button back to the penthouse of the higher self. Back in its position. Reposition penthouse. The I am that I am. Higher self. Reposition within your penthouse. Lower self. Remember all that has taken place. I am remembering. That's all you need to say. I am remembering all. Breathe deep. Rise back to the level of consciousness of the wakeful state, physical wakeful state, remembering all that you have experienced, retaining, locking in all of the energy that you have absorbed from this divine quest.
Closing the third eyes again and coming back into balance.
Touch the hands behind you. Bring the hands around. Closing third eye. Close third eyes. open physical eyes, Humpty Jati, times 9 to the 63rd power, open physical eyes.
And now balance.
Tula, tula, tula. Tula, tula, tula. Tula, tula, tula.
And we're back.
Well, that was amazing. Thank you. Man, I could really feel my fingers, my hands, my palms were just holding light. So, anybody else here that wants to chime in about how they felt it or what it looked like to them, go ahead. Wow. So, is this something that was shown to you in a vision, or is this something that was taught?
No, we're just exploring and traveling, and so we've been going there for ever since they showed the picture from the James Webb Telescope, and
Wow.
we keep finding every time just more amazing insights and support and love.
There is a universal shape. For our dimension, when we look at it, it's six-sided. It looks like the shape of a honeycomb, a bee honeycomb, except the entire universe is composed of this fabric. It's known as the Brahma Jyoti. It's infinitely small in proportion and infinitely large. This is the first one that we have seen that is lemon yellow, golden in color in nature, and possessing these qualities and powers. It's heaven sent, actually, that we discovered and that they allowed it to be released. Because after it was released, we couldn't find it again. Luckily, we had joined the club, and we had these shots that we shared with you guys. But it's for real.
Yeah.
Now that you've gone, you can go there anytime. Anytime.
And we have both experienced profound healing in
Yes.
going there. It's amazing. And it actually feels like it's a cosmic intergalactic base.
Yes.
Do you
It's
think
huge.
that?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask about the Akashic records. Is it different than what's here, or is it? It is.
Yes. The Akashic record is much like and handled much like a library. You go in and you pick whatever subject that you choose to study and go to that department. Whereas in the case of the lemon, it seems to be inhabited by spiritual beings and teachers and by students from novices to professional, where you turn them professionally spiritual and active individual beings. I would venture to say that there are millions of souls within there, if not more than that. Imagine something that's 500 times larger than our sun.
Yeah.
And it's putting out light as we speak. In fact, when you think about it, if you scan the stars at night, focus on any group of stars, you'll feel the light energy that they're projecting, even though it's thousands of light years old. You're literally looking into the past and the future. In actuality, you have the ability, now that you've activated your third eyes, to feel the nature of these vibrations coming from these planetary and galactic experiences. But this one takes the cake.
So far, we're still exploring.
They're far and few between. I think there's probably 3 or 4 of them that we are aware of, and many, many more, based on the multiverses versus are just one little singular universe.
Wow. Lauren has a really wonderful point. The color of honey and the movement of honey explains the motion I was seeing. Colors were floating around me from any directions, a calm I've never known before. That's so beautiful, Lauren.
Yeah, we feel that too, each in our own way every time we go there.
Do you think that this lemon brings in entities that are going to incarnate on this planet? Would that be part of its purpose? Or
I would imagine so, especially if they're coming from Intergalactic Council. A lot of us are here incarnate as per agreement with the beings who never really lived on planet Earth, but are in support of the awakening to our true selves while we are incarnate.
that's beautiful. And do you think that we travel back there during the day or at night when we're sleeping or meditation?
Premeditatively, yes. That's the thing about being a light worker, that what we do has a sense of urgency based on compassion, our altruistic endeavors to bring the vibrations of peace and wisdom, not just to our own selves, but to the galactic experience, because it's happening all over what we're going through now. Some planets to a lesser degree, some planets to a greater degree. Everybody is ultimately evolving in this ever-changing universe, ultimately reaching enlightenment. And this is a part of that enlightening experience.
Lauren, that's beautiful. Lauren says, I know that I am one of those beings. I believe I was on Earth once at some distant time in the past.
Definitely.
Yes.
We have been together many, many times, so it's nice to meet on this fabulous lemon spaceship we've just boarded. Remember, the whole thing about it is thinking is the fastest and the easiest way to travel, literally. Nature, transcendental meditation, transcendental projection, astral travel. That's how it works.
Do you think that it's powered by the light of people, or do you think that there's like a physical presence too? I always wonder about that because we always say no time or space, right?
Well, yes, it's fleeting. It seems that it may seem that to be there for a long time, but it's not. It's when you look at cosmic time, you have to look at time in relationship to the creator being. And that is equivalent to 1 second of creator being's time is equivalent to 1,000 years of our time in the physical. But as we travel transcendentally, there is no time. It's all wrapped up into one it, past, present, future, and whatever's in the middle.
And as we awaken, we remember that we are creative beings, that is the reason we're here, and that the more we are able to stay in the present, in the holy instant where miracles happen, and we are always responding from love and receiving love, and it seems like there is a vision held by many of us consciously and unconsciously of this planet as healed and whole. And while our human selves cannot imagine that really, how it would happen. Our divine selves, our high self, is part of manifesting that vision. The more we can stay focused on the love and the light that is there and the truth, and the less we get pulled into anger or fear or negativity, the faster the dream manifests. And it is manifesting, and we each, everyone, have a part in it.
So, what does that look like? Um, a planet that's healed and whole to you?
Well, I can
Virtue.
go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
George, and then I'll share.
It's where there is no murders. There are no bad things happening. Everything is based upon virtue and love, unconditional love. Everything is based upon discernment versus judging of one another. Folks are functioning in the middle. They're neither positive nor negative. They're just neutral, loving, spiritual beings radiating that love. We can do it individually or we can do it as a group, and or both.
Does it require a collective to be in this space, or can we move on without the collective?
You need the collective when it comes to material. That's the key. We go through 4 cycles, the yugas, and right now we're coming out of this cycle known as Kali, which is argumentation. And if you look at what's going on this planet, there's a lot of arguing, a lot of shoot 'em ups, a lot of fighting. And when we get to that stage of complete enlightenment, the only thing there is virtue and love and unconditional love at that, compassion for all beings, even ourselves. We forget to love ourselves sometimes too.
And I was given a vision quite some time ago. And in the vision, I was with just many, many people, like throngs of people. We were all dressed in white, and we were surrounding like a low mesa. And as we're all there together, these 3 beings of golden light appeared. And without words, we all knew that the earth is healed. The planet has become healed and whole. And we all fell to our knees in absolute gratitude, the kind of gratitude that is like, oh God, I didn't even realize that this could happen. And then we were told that we would be holding that vision, that feeling of the planet as healed and whole, and that we would be waiting for everyone to join us, and that they would join us.
Sorry, I love that, BC. Lauren says, will these feelings in my cells now remain with me for the rest of my journey on Earth? I love these sweet, calming energies, hoping it is a forever feeling.
Well, it's a matter of remembering. You have these feelings, these energies, this experience now, Lauren. And anytime you feel upsetment or stuff coming from ego, you can just remember how that feels. And it is a forever feeling. And I think that it takes a little practice remembering. It's yours now.
Yes, remember the activation word, because you are the controller of the energies. Om Tijati. Whatever happens, and you say after that will be. It's our cosmic power to manifest. Om Tijati, activate it. Om Tijati Preem, activate the love. Om Tijati, compassion. Whether we say compassion or love in English or Russian or Spanish, it doesn't make any difference. It's still the same love. And the Om Tijati translates it into that based upon your particular language. It becomes a universal activator of spiritual power. And you are the controller. Remember, you control the energy. The energy doesn't control you. Well, if you allow it to control you, it's not good.
Lauren says, thank you. I will remember. So this is, I love what Lauren asked there. And we talk about this sometimes in our meditations, is going into our senses and trying to create that narrow pathway of remembrance and smelling
Mhm.
what light smells like or what love smells like and sound and then knowing it.
Yes. Know that you can arrive at enlightenment using any of those languages. You know, the language of color is powerful. The language of sound is powerful. The language of mantra is like the abracadabra of words that actually have spiritual power.
In the language of light,
Mm.
each one of us have gifts that are unique to us. And whatever we're attracted to is how we work.
You have the throngs of angels that will come to your aid, and they will come to you with a particular ray that you require for whatever mission that you seek to fulfill. So it's just a matter of Om Tijati, come forth 3 trillion angels of the purple light. Let's transmute times 9 to the 72nd power. Done.
Wow.
No more 1,000 repetitions to get there. Think about it, our favorite mantra again, Om Tijati Nirvana Shakti Preem. Om Tijati Nirvana Shakti Preem. Times 90 to the 90th power, times 90 to the 90th power. How does that feel?
Pew.
Yeah, that's our gift, the bliss and love. And when we start to share it with everybody, that date of ending the age of quarrel comes about much faster.
So this is very interesting. BC, you brought this up recently too about not positive and negative so much as people that are living in the light or people that are argumentative or whatever, and being in the middle there with love.
Mhm.
Can you expand on that a little bit today? Because I think that's kind of what you're talking about here, right, George?
Yes, the positive is going to shift to the negative. The negative is going to shift to the positive. It's that way. And what's in the middle that doesn't shift is the middle. You understand? The middle doesn't shift. It doesn't change moods. It doesn't make you sad. It doesn't make you happy. It just makes you nirvana. Peaceful, blissful, which is our true nature. And when we laugh, that is an indication that we are succeeding. When we smile, that we are succeeding in achieving those spiritual goals that we've set out as light workers. Because it's going to spread. It's like the 100th monkey thing. Hey, get a hammer now and knock over that coconut. Everybody's going to get a hammer and knock open coconuts. That coconut is bliss, peace, happiness. No fighting, no shoot 'em ups. No dramas, just bliss.
No blame and shame,
No blame and shame.
fear.
The
All of those.
key is virtue.
Gigi says hello to everybody. Much love and light. Jane comes in and says, this is a message so badly needed in gratitude. She'll watch it again. She missed the beginning. So a lot of people are saying that. Excellent question, Lauren, right? Yeah. So is there darkness and is there light? Like we get that
Yeah,
message here sometimes too.
yeah, there is. We don't like it.
We don't want to
That
hear it. I don't want to hear it.
that's that human emotion. So now I'm off the fence. You see?
Yeah.
And this is a dual polarity reality we live in. It's what we agreed to come and inhabit and remember who we are through this dual polarity. If light exists, darkness exists as well in our reality as humans. So the radiating of the light lights up the darkness, which is merely heaviness and what we fear. It is what we're here to do is light up the darkness, each of us as individuals. And they say that the ascended masters say that the key to mastery and claiming your power is remembering that you have the power to access light in the midst of the darkness. Don't just accept it, access the light. To access the order in the midst of chaos, to access the love in the midst of hatred and inequality. We can do that. We have choice. And that's how we are supporting the awakening on the planet.
That's so beautiful. PC, I love that. I'm going to write that down again later because I'll go back and get it. That's our t-shirt today, everybody. So we're always looking for a new one. So this is what they speak of as non-duality, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we're certainly given a lot of opportunities to experience duality currently. It seems like there's so much chaos going on and heartache here and there and growth opportunities. So I know we've just talked about that, but sometimes I need things drummed into my head. Is this like what is the best way that we can do this on our own, on a daily practice?
Well, start your morning in meditation. Your favorite mantras. I'd start your day with Nirvana mantra. And then from there, power up. Sometimes we wake up in the morning and we just feel like we've slept. And we're tired when we wake up.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been working, or somebody's working us in our sleep that we're dealing with. The mantra is Om Tijati Prana Shakti Chi. Prana is the life breath. Shakti is the feminine energy. Chi is the masculine energy. Om Tijati Prana Shakti Chi. Activate the masculine, feminine power energy. Simple as that. You give it a vibrational rate times 90 to the 90th power. There it is. 3 reps. That starts the process. And the maintenance is the key. So you practice every morning, you get stronger and stronger, just like when you were a 98-pound weakling and you saw Charles Atlas's comic books, you decided to start lifting weights. So you're lifting spiritual muscle, making spiritual muscle right now. And it's all mind power. Divine mind power, because we are divine.
And from the feminine point of view, in addition, every morning I like to say, show me the miracles today.
Oh,
And in that way, I'm able to stay in that holy instant more and more during the day where miracles take place.
That's right.
Show me
Show
the
me,
miracles today.
show me one a day
Or more
or more. Okay,
more.
miracles.
make it 50 miracles a day.
Because it's
Oh,
up to us to be in a place where we can recognize and claim them. And they're all around us.
Yeah, that's
you got
beautiful.
to remember that the maintenance, part of the maintenance is the fact that you're a sponge for energy, positive, negative, and neutral. That you have the power to control what the sponge takes in because we're porous. So if we take in negative energies, the natural thing to do is to call on your violet light or your purple light or your magenta light and neutralize it.
Mm,
The violet fires on the purity, great spirit desires. Jati. It's done.
love that. Kali Healer asks or says, I've been so tired lately when I wake up, definitely working at night.
Prana Shakti Chi. That'll charge you up in a heartbeat. Pardon the expression. It does.
Mm,
In fact, here's a test. Hands about this far apart. Prana Shakti Chi. Om Jati Prana Shakti Chi. Om Jati Prana Shakti Chi. Times 9 to the 50th power. Times 9 to the 90th power. Times 9 to the 90th power. What's taking place in your hands?
yeah,
That's
they're
power.
vibrating.
Yes, that's your power. Touch yourself where you're weak. Charge yourself up. Touch your spiritual heart. Get a jolt of that holy green energy radiating from your spiritual heart. And that's Alpha Omega connection right here. You can see that. We do it naturally when we want to say, oh my goodness, it's wonderful. We're connecting with Great Spirit. It's just the little things that they didn't tell us. Nobody wrote a manual on this, remember, until now.
Yeah, you are, aren't you?
Yeah. We're spilling the beans. We're spilling all the beans.
Julie says we're porous, not poor.
That's
Right.
true.
Yes.
Excellent point, Julie. Excellent point. Yeah. Yeah. Kali Healer also says these are amazing tips. Thanks so much. Is that making people dizzy? Because this is a new formation that we've got going on, and we're going every time I say,
Wait a minute. Go ahead. What were you
oh,
gonna say?
every time I post a comment, we kind of zoom in and out a little bit. So
Yeah, if anyone is getting too tranced, okay, turn down the volume. Do ram, do ram, do ram. Notice how the energy slowly comes down. That's your gauge. You control it with the duram until you get strong enough to take a higher vibrational frequency. You don't want to hurt this electrical creature here, this computer that's on your shoulders. Take it slow, but take it steady.
oh, good. Kali Healer says she's not getting dizzy with the going in and out because I like posting everybody's comments. Lauren says, whatever I am doing is strengthening my muscles. I am so pleased that my muscle mass is getting stronger again.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Keep it up. Maintenance. That's the maintenance. Just, you can do 6 mantras in 9 minutes. You're done. You're set for the day. It's a matter of doing the maintenance, doing the mantras to maintain your power. Now and then you get thrown out of whack, but you can easily come back. Nothing is in cement in terms of this world.
Just
Always
remember.
make a comeback.
Um, oh, Julie says she needs to heal her brain after a fall, and this is good.
Yes.
And I think that's an excellent point because I feel like so many of us, have heard the buzzing in the ears, the vibrations changing, and our crown chakras and third eyes kind of burning, and also kind of that dizziness, right? Or not more brain fog, I'd say.
Yes, you're burning off the fog. There is a transmutation process, literally, that you can't see on this level, but you are burning off the negative electrons. And also, in some cases, positive protons that are going to, if you don't treat them right, they're all negative. So you want to maintenance, half the maintenance is working with the ascended masters and recognizing when you've been hit by something like a negative thought. Make it target practice. I got hit by a negative thought, I'm going to transmute it into purple light. I'm done. You got a fear, I'm transmuting fear with Om Tijati, purple light.
And from the feminine as well, in addition to the violet purple light, what works for me is to come present in my core as who I really am, let go of everything and radiate the love and the light.
Yeah,
And
radiate.
burns away.
Spread it around.
Hmm. Okay. I feel like when you listen to the news and you hear all the negative comments of everything going on out there, and then walking in our light with those 3 trillion angels, that wall of angels is so special. Um, um, do you feel like there are forces on this planet? Is that the Kali energy of that's coming in? Of the what's it called when you have those like we're going into the divine feminine, we're coming out of the divine masculine. It's not the Durgas, it's called the I can't remember the name of that. Every 20,000 years or something.
Oh yeah, the yugas.
Yugas, thank you. Yugas. Yeah, I couldn't remember that name for a minute. So as we're going into this new yuga, are there like almost not forces pulling at us, but kind of like it's like you get there and then yep.
Eventually, they won't be able to stay within this vibrational frequency.
Yeah.
In other words, they won't incarnate. If they do incarnate into when we are at that stage, then they're immersed in that divine light, that yellow light. The whole planet is immersed in yellow light, which is not the case right now. Because of the darkness, it has a color. It's dark. People want to hurt each other. And sometimes they don't even know why. I just want to hurt you.
Well, I think that what we might think of as dark or negative forces trying to keep us from staying in the light, I think it's about survival for them, because as we move more fully into the light, it's like they can't exist anymore. They're part of the coming to balance, almost like a third polarity.
Mm-hmm. And you can expect folks who are dealing in that mode of consciousness to approach you, not so much on a negative basis, but to be transmuted by your energies.
Yeah.
If you stay in that, as long as you stay in the violet light or the purple light or whatever light you choose, you're benefiting whoever comes within your auric framework of energy. If they're in your field of energy, they're going to get your light, your pores too. Some of them will walk into your light just to be free of the negative energy.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a negative person being playing suicide by violet light. Don't want to be negative anymore. So they align with a light worker who's in the violet light. They'll get the light too. So you'll have folks that will want to do that with you as the source of the light. Allow them, fine. They need it.
At one point, I was under psychic attack for 2 years. It was intense. And what I learned is that these entities, beings, forces can only show me where there are chinks in my spiritual armor, like showing me places where I needed to shore up and
Well said.
shine the light that I am.
Well said.
That's beautiful, BC.
It's like they're our greatest teachers, really, rather than fear them.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? And they sure are changing the planet quickly.
Yes.
Oh, Julie, I wanted to mention also, everybody, BC and Reverend Saul, and BC is, would grandmother be a good term for you? We've kind of talked about that.
I think so. I like
Okay. Okay, so we'll start calling BC grandmother because she is bringing that divine feminine spirit to all of us. And big hugs. I love it. So you all have that star healing list. So
Yes.
yeah, anybody that wants to join or get their name on the list, it's all, this is the channel's entertainment only, but let me tell you that healing is amazing. Healing energy. So, Kali says, yes, it's not happening to us, it's happening for us.
absolutely.
That's beautiful. I love that. That's another t-shirt.
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
you can put your family members on the list, friends. Just email us and we'll put them on the list. And we go through the list with healing prayers every 3 or 4 days.
Great. Yeah. And you can contact BC for to get on the list. That's her Gmail account right there. And also you do healings as well, which I've been lucky enough to have one, and it was amazing. So, and it was information. It wasn't just a healing. It was like spiritual healing as well. I felt like, because there were so many messages that came in.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, really.
Yeah.
Trickles down to the physical.
You have individuals that are experiencing the healing as we speak. Those of you that are feeling the goosebumps, that's healing energies. That's holy green energies. Deepest, most sacred green you can imagine. It's radiating from both alpha and omega aspects of the heart.
Yes. That's how George and I have been working together. We came together in the first place because we had a mutual client who, at the end of a session, almost 2 years ago now, I said something to her and she said, well, George just told me that. And then she told me, she mentioned me to George, and he made a comment that nobody would really know about how I work and what I do. And so I said, can I talk to George? And it started from there, from working together, recognizing that we work as alpha and omega, masculine, feminine energies, come together as one.
Mhm.
He has a whole different viewpoint, saying the same thing really, but a whole different viewpoint. And it's just been amazing. So
And it's transformative to realize that you have a feminine side or vice versa.
yeah,
Kind of mind blowing. Well, wait a minute. Okay, didn't know I had that going too. But we do. We are Alpha Omega. You have two sets of chakras, one in the upper body, one in the lower body, separated by the spinal column. I mean the base of the spine. So as above, so as below. You are that Alpha Omega. We are.
So, is the Kundalini the energy of bringing it all together, the feminine and the masculine,
Yes.
and
Because it's operating like this from head to toe. It's doing that figure eight. And the meeting point is the spine. So you got this loop of energy going above your head for the higher self, above, and big loop going for the higher self below. Well, it doesn't work any other way. Anybody that tells you there's only one chakra system,
yeah,
so like the infinity symbol, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Viviani has a question about the Star Healing List. If a person is married, do you need the maiden name or just the given current name?
Uh, Usually the one that they're using currently.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have to have, if it's you as an individual, all we need is your permission. If it's a family member, blood family member, we just need whoever picks up the prayer, wants to pray for the rest of the family or the whole family or individuals in the family, has to be asked for by a family member or a friend and okayed by the friend. You got to get okay for the healing for the person that needs healing. But we work from there, full tilt boogie.
Sometimes I notice that when we're doing love and kindness healings, love and kindness meditation, and that there are some parts of the planet or some individuals that it's free will, right? Or it's
Yeah,
karmic lesson.
yes. And there's those that I speak of now are dealing with tension in the teeth. It
Yeah.
tells you that there is stress going on within you and no need to fight it. It requires a healing. You do the healing. Keep on pushing.
Yeah, that's huge because I find that too. I know when I had a lot going on in my life, that grinding at night
Mm-hmm.
was really always there, and you never really think about how it is body, mind, and spirit, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. And you have to catch yourself. That's like yawning is another way to tell that you've been hit by negative forces. Because usually you yawn because you're sleepy, but then again, you're not sleeping and you're yawning. It becomes contagious. So it's an energy shift. And when someone hits you with their negative energy, they may not even know it. You go, shift in air pressure. When you get that shift, catch the yawn and put cream on it. You notice that the tension goes away. Cream, 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 cream. It's like driving down the highway wanting to meditate on love. That's a tough one. And you have the power to do that. As you're driving, you'll think about something else as you're driving. Try to think about love from one block to the next. Then you
that.
begin to understand the inertia that we're fighting every day. That's why you need to test your mantras, test your powers, gauge yourself, control the powers. You are the controller of the energy, not the energy being the controller of you. From experience, let me tell you, we took some left turns. Should have been right turns. But that's how we learn. And
Growth
remember
opportunities.
yeah, and remember to forgive yourself. Do not treat yourself hard. Don't beat up yourself. Love yourself. Then you can love others as you love yourself.
Hi, Lady Silver. Welcome. I also wanted to talk about that. So that brings us to a really good thing here is when it's 11, 11, 11, as we talk about it, is shame and guilt. So beating ourselves up. Can you give us a good point of reference or something to kind of shift?
It's about evolving. There were things that you do when you're younger. Why did I do that? And it was stupid. So, and then we turn around and say, oh, I did something really stupid. I shouldn't have done that. I'm blah, 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 blah. Bam, 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 beat yourself up, beat yourself up. That's got to stop. You bury the hatchet with yourself, bury the hatchet with anybody that you practice communication with. Just bury the hatchet and love each other. Love one another, loving yourself. Cream, 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 cream.
So, loving yourself is really the most important thing, because when we are critical of ourselves or putting ourselves down, we are not available to be the light.
No.
So, loving yourself, whether it's about getting a picture of yourself as a child and taking time every day for a while, just loving and supporting that inner child.
That's true.
Letting her trust you. Everybody gets to a place in their life where they become the parent, because our human parents usually can't give us what we need.
You want to feel it in your knees. You connect up here, send it all the way down to your knees. Just a thought. Knee love.
Wow. Is that another heart chakra in your knees, or is that another third eye?
Well, the knees are the heart chakra in the lower body.
Oh. Okay.
It's like the crown chakra. The lower body starts at the top of the ankles and goes into the earth, probably 3 feet. Your higher self on your lowest part of the body is into the earth anywhere between 6 to 9 feet into the earth and above you. So you got both systems working at once, not just one. It's a triangle. It's a code 3 thing. There's 3 parts to it: positive, negative, neutral. Everything is like that. Beginning, middle, and end. Everything is code 3.
I love that code 3. Let's see. And then I also wanted to ask about keeping that joy in our hearts on a regular basis. So, I feel like that opens so many doors. And
Yes.
and just to smile when you've got that joy in your heart to somebody else is such a boon, isn't it?
Yes. The key is Prem Shakti. Love power. Prema Shakti. Prema Shakti Chi.
Oh, I've got that written down up there too.
Prema
Okay.
Shakti. You want the power of the love. Prema Shakti. The more you do that, the more you can feel it running up your spine. Prema Shakti. You feel the power because the power is all around us. We breathe it. We breathe love. With every breath we take in and out, we breathe in love, we breathe out love. Got to spread. And as time progresses, we'll be in the age of sattva, enlightenment. We got a ways to go.
We're getting there though.
Yeah.
So, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, BC.
And we can't make it up with our human minds about how it's going to happen, this enlightenment, but we can just keep holding our own enlightenment, our own presence, our own awakeness, awake and present. We hold that and it affects everybody around us. Everybody we've ever known. And I think it goes back to past lifetimes as well.
There's one thing we can do is send each other love without asking.
Yeah.
And we do that by loving ourselves first, and everybody else at the same time.
Yes.
I love that, loving your inner child and having that picture on our desk. And I'm going to go find a picture and find a spot for it. There's a lot of stuff here.
And just for our human self, we can notice and on purpose replace fear or discomfort with love. We have the power to change that, not suppress it, but just choose instead to experience it as love and receive it as love. We can change our whole experience. And again, as George was saying, it's about practice.
Lots of practice.
And it's fun practice.
Yeah.
Oh, Collie Healer says, yeah, she's going to find a photo too. I love that because I think that's incredible. Hi, Thomas. How are you doing? Tarot your way. If anybody has any personal questions, is that okay with you guys?
Sure.
Okay. So if anybody has any personal questions, and then we've got about 12 more minutes. I don't want to keep you for over an hour and a half because I know you're hoarse today, George, and we've done that to you before, haven't we?
Yeah, it's okay.
2 hours is just too much.
So,
But
I'm used to it.
aw, good, Tom. You're doing great. So, can you explain Dharma also? Because I feel like so many times that's a big question that people ask is, what am I here for?
Well, it is what your duty is, how you can serve, and it may be you're working as a gas service mechanic. Well, yeah, you're taking care of cars, but your focus is on love. So you're walking and chewing gum at the same time, fixing the car, but you're focused on love. You can do both simultaneously. We're just that good. Whatever we do, we're going to be in a triality, not a duality, but a triality, positive, negative, neutral. What are we going to do with the neutral? We'll sit in the neutral and hit the love gear. Just make it fun. Because the world is way too serious.
Yeah.
Way too serious. And deadly.
And follow your heart. We bring with us gifts and issues that we've mastered through in other lifetimes. And whatever it is that makes you happy, even just imagine yourself doing what makes you happy. and maybe even write down what it is that makes you happy. I remember a long time ago, for me, it was wanting to help people remember who they are makes me happy. So we each of us have our own mission here, and I have an idea that partly Dharma is about the gifts that we bring with us from other lifetimes.
Definitely.
Yeah. Julia said she had the best humble tire service yesterday. Super humble guys. I love that. And it's funny when we meet that person at the tire store or on the street or um, at a I mean anywhere at a ball game or um, in business, whatever, and see their light.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Um, and then what about, okay, this is a good one, is protecting our light. Um, besides the angels, like say you have a family member that calls you up or a friend, and there's a lot going on in their lives, and kind of shielding yourself, like as empaths, we want to help and we want to hold space for them, but also at the same time, we still want to be in our joy, in our light.
That's the key to doing your morning meditation practice, to prepare you for that day. And you go into your day in power. And a lot of you that do mantra, if you wake up doing that particular mantra, that's the mantra you're supposed to do that day for the encounters that you will be encountering when you hit society. So you get a lot from your higher self while you're in your sleep, and also your lower self based upon your maintenance practices to stay in the power of the spirit. And you're that power. It's just a matter of calling forth versus getting caught up in some scenario. Call on the power to deal with the scenario. Love, wisdom, joy. And power words, Om Tijati, Sukha, Sukha, Sukha is happiness and joy. Sukha, one word. Om Tijati, Sukha. That's how easy it is to empower yourself.
And for me, one of my most powerful gifts is empathy, to the point that it was just pretty horrible. Like driving down the street and you feel what happened there some time ago, or
Yeah.
just to the point that it was disrupting my life. And I learned to say, when I feel something and if it was uncomfortable, I would claim it not my own. And I would say, through me, not to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's reminding myself energy and healing is to flow through me, but the imbalance and disharmony is not to come to me. Through me, not to me. And it really saved my bacon, honestly.
I love that.
It had just really gotten so that it was interfering with my life.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there's so many sensitives here and empaths and
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. So it is a lesson, isn't it? It's a journey.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you want to do it out of altruism, because they need help.
Yeah.
But yet you don't want to go down with a ship. And that can happen if you're empathic. You begin to feel someone's pain so much that you take it on and
Yeah.
suffer the consequences thereof. You
Yes.
got to transmute. And you do
Yeah.
that with your color or your angels. Let your angels do it too. Whatever you can pull out of your spiritual bag of tricks, use them.
Yeah, and you brought with you,
Yeah.
you brought with you abilities and memory of how to protect yourself. And you'll be reminded. Saint Germain says, in this dual polarity reality, if you have a question and you are courageous enough to ask that question, the answer will come. It's spiritual law. And if there's a problem and you discern it as a problem, the instant you discern a problem, the solution exists simultaneously. So that remembering that helps to take you out of the cycle of the problem, and the solution can come.
That's beautiful. Is there anything parting that you guys want to leave us with?
Yeah. Think about where you went today and what you learned by going to the lemon. Refresh what your lower and higher self has stored in terms of what you were to get out of that journey that you took this at today. Check it out. Check yourself. There's some important stuff that needs to be processed. If you're having issues processing it, you can contact one of the other of us, and we'll help you.
And I would like to say thank you. It was just beautiful connecting with each one of you.
Yes.
Well, thank you both for being here. That's been lovely. So, and thank you everybody that's here, all the mods and the tribe. So, it's a
It's good
beautiful
seeing all
day.
y'all again after all these lifetimes.
Yes,
Yeah, we
we're
know
doing
who you
it,
are.
guys. We're doing it.
We've seen you before, several thousand years ago. We know who you are.
Are you talking about Atlantis or Lemuria or both?
Both.
And off planet as well.
We did them all. We're voyeurs. If you're a spiritual voyeur, you're a spiritual voyeur. One lifetime and all the others too.
Maybe that's I hadn't thought about that, George, but that's a really good reason why people have this drive to be of service, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, aha.
Yeah. And then
I
you have
love
that are, Buddhism is a practice of a supernatural, it's not a religion, but the service that you provide extends for the duration of the universe until everyone has reached enlightenment.
Yep.
So they're here for the duration. We are too. Just nobody told us. We got to stick it out.
So I guess we should just play and have fun, right? Have that joy in our hearts.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Travel astrally as much as you can. It's a fantastic multiverse out there. We don't have to stay in this universe. We can go to the next one over. See what they're doing. You
I
might
love
see
that.
yourself duplicated over there.
And Miss Kitty came up to make some comments too.
I saw that, BC. I saw the look on your face, like, oh wow.
I know she came in. You asked, did we want to say anything in closing? And she came in the room meowing. She's in charge.
Oh. Well, thank you both so very much. Yeah, kitty tail. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, namaste, everybody. If you guys want to hang out, BC and George and our grandmother and George, and we'll say good night and goodbye and happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. So recognizing your divine feminine, whether you're male or female. So have a great weekend.
You
Bye.
too. Bye, everyone. God
Bye,
bless you.
everybody.